This is where I grew up. This is where I threw my first snowball at a vehicle I didn't know. This is where I first wiped out on my bike, full speed down the hill, right into the fire hydrant. This is when I first pretended to be a mannequin in a window. This is where I played my first arcade machine. This is the first field I played soccer in. This is the elementary school I went to. We had a class where we had to pass a secret note to someone else and say something positive about them. Someone I'm still friends with today wrote for me, is actually pretty good at soccer. A wave I would ride for the rest of my life.
You drunk or concussed?
I've played games that have a strong narrative, games that have made me smile, games that have made me cry. Never has a game put me squarely into the shoes of my own childhood and just said, hey, remember? The Game Awards is a big deal. Not only do you have the live viewership in the millions, you have those media clips, press articles, podcasts, Steam event page, restreams, and even videos like this, related and amplifying content and games within that show. All of this attention has potential to have a pretty positive impact on the nominees and winners, so I was shocked to see Games for Impact nominee Despelote only have 500 reviews. There's a site, impress.games, and it has a revenue calculator, and it says that this game probably has only made $192,000 after Steam takes their cut, which was interesting to me. Was this game good? I mean, obviously, or it likely wouldn't have been nominated at the Game Awards. So why weren't more people playing it? Why aren't you playing it? Why wasn't I playing it? So I played it, and what a good decision that was. Despelote is what it says on the tin, a slice-of-life adventure about childhood and the magical grip soccer held over the people of Quito, Ecuador in 2001. You play as a child, Julian, and what sold me right off the bat is the game teaches you the controls for the first-person portion of the game by having you play a top-down version of the game where you realize you are learning how to play the game by playing the game in the game. Classic video game move, people. Next up is the art style. It's this beautifully monotone, like pinprick style rendered world. I'm sure there's a more technical term for it, but the only things that stick out are things that would be of interest to a kid. So soccer balls, beer bottles, dogs, sticks, adults' friends, TVs, toilet flushers, posters. Everything else is in there, but you know, the environment fades into the background, and this sort of mimics how like memories of my real, actual childhood feel. What ties this all together is the world. Adults talking like you can't hear them, sitting in the back of a car and just like drawing with your finger on a dewy windshield, taking a test in school, not wanting to play with your sister, gross, being at a fancy dinner and being really bored. At one point, my mom tells me, hey, stay in this park and I'm gonna go shopping to some nearby stores. So of course, I run around, I find a deflated soccer ball and I start kicking it around, and I accidentally kick it right into someone's anniversary picnic. That is some kid shit, and it was great. The whole thing flows into this really compelling narrative without feeling forced with drama. I don't want to spoil anything, but also there's not too much to spoil. This isn't a story so much as a compilation of just like being a kid. There's a lot of heartstrings you could pull here. Your mom could die. You could not make the soccer game. You could have a first heartbreak. You know, all sorts of things happen to you and me in our lives that would be dramatic. But this game is about soccer. This is about being a kid. And this is about growing up in Ecuador. And because this game is so well focused, it does what I think it was intended to do. Just put yourself back into the shoes of how it felt to be a kid, growing up in a changing world. The developers of this game have given us a slice of life from their perspective of Quito, Ecuador. I'm not familiar with it. I didn't grow up in Ecuador. And yet, why does this perspective feel familiar as my childhood in Peace River, Canada? I really hope that if you play it, it can do the same for you. Remember to review the games you like on Steam. That little score and the amount of reviews determines a lot for how visible a game is on the platform. If you do play it and you like it, take a couple seconds to share why. And if you like this video that you're listening and watching right now, consider dropping our channel a follow or subscribing to our podcast, DL Gaming. We're trying to add to your backlog one episode at a time, and you can start with Despelote.